Hello, and welcome to the Lucy Liu Show, the fueling station for your mind, business, and life. And now, here's your host, Lucy Liu.
Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to episode 101 on the Lucy Liu Show. I'm your host, Lucy Liu, and I'm super excited because I enjoyed my interview with Celeste so much and learned a bunch from her. My guest today is Celeste Berke Knisely. She is an in-demand business strategist, consultant, certified trainer, and speaker. She has been featured as a 40 under 40 for the Triad Business Journal, received dozens of awards, and is the co-author of Unnoticed to Unforgettable, the ultimate LinkedIn profit maximization guide. Celeste has trained thousands of salespeople and business professionals to optimize and maximize their LinkedIn results. So if you have a LinkedIn profile and it's somewhat basic, we're here today to talk about the advanced strategies. She's going to talk about how we can get your profile resume-like to amazing so that you can use it as a lead generation for your business. So make sure you stick around until the end of the episode because she's also going to share with us her special freebie. Even her freebie is going to help you dramatically with your LinkedIn profile. So I hope you enjoy this conversation as much as I did, and make sure you're connected on LinkedIn to me. Just search for Business and Life Coach Lucy Liu. Let's hear it. Welcome to the show, Celeste.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm looking forward to chatting today.
You are the absolute expert to go to for more advanced LinkedIn strategies. And that's why we're here. So to start us off, thank you for helping me update my LinkedIn profile. It looks a lot better now. First of all, you helped me use the voice pronunciation feature, which is a feature I never knew about. So tell the audience more about this little secret feature.
Absolutely. So that's the thing with LinkedIn. There's all these hidden features, and it's a platform that continues to roll out features. So the voice pronunciation, especially for yourself, myself, my married last name, although I didn't take it, but I use it, is Knisely. And I get Knisely. Some people call me Chelsea. So there is a feature that is only available from your mobile phone, from the LinkedIn app, for you to record your voice. And a little tip that not many people are using is when you think about stating your name, Celeste Berke, that took me all of 2 seconds, maybe. You're allotted a lot more time, 10 seconds in that voice pronunciation. So it's a great place to put a tiny little elevator pitch so that when people click on your bio and you get a little speaker symbol next to your name, they're able to hear your name, how you pronounce your name, but then also a little snippet about you and the services that you provide. So it's a feature not many are using, but it is available for you to put on your profile.
Great feature. And you also helped me leverage using my last name to add credentials and keywords so that I can get more words into my profile.
Right. So when we look at LinkedIn, we have to think of LinkedIn beyond the resume. LinkedIn's 20 years old now. It celebrated its 20th birthday. We move into where LinkedIn is a search engine that has a great relationship with Google. It actually has 100% or 100 Moz score rating on Google, which means often when someone is doing a Google search for your name, your LinkedIn profile ranks higher than your own website that we spend money on. So when we change our thinking and we put on our marketing hat, we want to look at our LinkedIn profile as how do we pack in as many keywords that make sense to our audience? And one way to do this is to leverage your name. So if you have credentials, if you're an author, you have designations. I've seen some people even put additional keywords, business coach, etc. There's some different schools of thought on that, if the algorithm likes that or not. But definitely leverage your name if you have any credentials. That will help when you are engaging with others. Your name stands out because you're no longer Sally Smith. You're Sally Smith CPA, Sally Smith MBA. So that is another great tip and trick that anybody can do within 2 seconds for their name on LinkedIn.
Why should you change your engagement button from connect to follow instead?
So it's a personal preference for those who are using the platform and really want to become content creators and have a massive following. So LinkedIn allows you to have 30,000 first degree connections. For many of us, we may never get there. We're not a mega Gary V influencer. So when you look at it as having a conversation, which is really what the platform was designed to do, for people to network, get to know one another, it's like that first conversation where it's a little awkward. So the follow button allows people to follow you and for you to follow others without there being this commitment to feel like you have to connect with someone and that you have to write a note to them. You can follow someone for a little bit, consume their content, engage on their content. And then if you feel like, they know who you are, they've seen your name, you can move to the connect. So it's cuts down the barriers on some individuals keeping more of a guarded network for their connections. So we suggest, and if anybody is turned on creator mode, which is a release that in the coming years will become more prevalent, suggested that you put follow before connect and you change that. And it's an easy change in your settings.
Okay. So once you have the basics set up, you're setting your profile visible to the public, you're allowing others to follow you so that you're seen as an expert. You've customized your banner photo and profile image to demonstrate authority. After these very basic setups, what should you do next?
So you've just identified what we call the 3 lost puppies of LinkedIn that follow you around: your photo, your name, and your headline. So let's talk about the headline a little bit. The headline is the number one area that someone sees on a profile. Gone are the days where we start the headline with an I help statement. I help coaches and consultants scale to 6 figures. I help. So when someone sees you in a search or on a thread, you have anywhere from 20 to 30 characters that they see. And if they only see I help coaches, they're probably going to skip past your profile because it doesn't really scream to them how you help them, what it is you do. So we always suggest starting your headline with some keywords. So headline would be the next area that you want to focus on. You have multiple characters up to, I believe it's 220 characters of prime real estate for you to use and to craft a statement. And we work with our clients on kind of a formula, keyword first, and then, a result that you deliver, what they can expect, and then a personal anecdote. So the headline would be where I would suggest people focus on next.
Okay, so after the headline, we have the about section. What should we put in the about section?
Yes, so the about section was formerly referred to as the summary section. This is a wide open space for you to build out your website or your sales page, your sales funnel. We always suggest starting with a hook statement, and feel free to change this at any time. You want to look at your profile as it's organic. It's not static, so it changes with you as you change. You get new designations. So a hook statement, something that draws the reader in, that is the scroll stopper. So it could be, mine used to say, tired by playing by somebody else's rule. Now I think it is, you're basically like the best kept secret or an expert. Does everybody know? So you want something that is 1 sentence, 1 to 2 sentences that others are going to stop and take notice of and then read on. Some tips for this section: do not write it in the third person. If you write your profile in the third person, there's not a human side to your profile. And really it's the humanization of individual brands on LinkedIn that stands out. So first person, the hook statement, and then you want to go into the specific pain points. So anybody who's taken a course, any coach, you start talking about what are the problems, what are the pain points that I solve for my ideal client. You want to speak to your ideal client in a few sentences, bullets. You can use emojis to separate, but use a lot of white space. Individuals are skimmers. We no longer read paragraphs. I don't know about you. When I read a book, I'm still skimming, even when it's in paragraph form. So you'll see when you're on the platform, people that have large chunks of text, it gets lost because our brain is trained to read kind of sentence, white space sentence. So you want to talk directly to your audience, the pain points and problems that you solve, and then back it up with some facts, some relevant, recommendations, hear what other customers or clients are saying about you. And then to finish out your about section, you want to have strong call to actions. So this isn't where we say, let me know if you want to chat. This is where you insert, join your Facebook group. You put your website, your email, a phone number. It can even be, a link to your lead magnet. But you want to have a strong call to action because you want to use this as a sales funnel so that someone works through the funnel, they read your about section, and they feel like, yes, she is talking to me, and now I want to continue the discussion further.
Great tips. These are all amazing tips. So now we come to the features section. This is the section that shows your authority, right?
Yes. And most people aren't using the featured section at all on their profile. And what it does is it allows you to take some of your content as well as posts that you've made, and you can even change your photo in them so that typically people have 3 featured articles, 3 featured posts, because on a desktop, that's what you see. There's area for 3 that catches your eye. So you can put them in brand colors, similar to Instagram, where you have your highlights. You want it to look and feel like your brand. So you can have those designed in Canva and upload those. But this is where you'd put your call to action. So do you have a freebie, a lead magnet that someone can download? That would be a post that has the image of the lead magnet, a link to it. So that would be featured, is a call to action for someone to grab 15 minutes or 30 minutes on your calendar. And some people even feature testimonials from clients. They feature articles they have been featured in or as seen on. So it's really unique to the user. I have a couple of articles or posts that have done well. I'm going to be changing out as my lead magnet changes. So you can test it out and see. But really, again, when you think about it as a website, you want to ensure that your brand colors go from your profile down to your featured section in any media that you have. So it's really appealing to the eye.
Beautiful. What other advanced LinkedIn strategies do you suggest for our listeners?
So advanced strategies, let's talk beyond the profile. The profile is basically where you start on LinkedIn. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I have been on LinkedIn for a long time. My business partner is a LinkedIn expert, has a direct line to LinkedIn. He still has a LinkedIn account manager. He's constantly working on his profile. So it's never something that's completed. So most people have this set it and forget it mentality when it comes to LinkedIn. We post our information on our profile, and then we sit back and think, we're going to let individuals come to us. So I'll give 2 tips on things that are a little bit more of an advanced user. 1, you want to find your ideal audience or ideal client. So you can do that by identifying some influencers, people that you follow that may have some of your audience members who are commenting on their posts. You then start engaging, commenting, sending a message or a connection request to those individuals. Most people stop there. We suggest you rip off the Band-Aid and you send voice or video messages to individuals, because that will help you stand out from others who are sending just messages through the DMs. So you may send, a direct message. Thank you so much for connecting. I read your article on, such and such. It sparked me. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and, send you a DM. And then you have 60 seconds that you can shoot over a message. They get to know your voice. They see, okay, this person isn't trying to sell me. They're trying to start a conversation with me. But it really helps to set you apart from everybody else who is just using messaging. So voice and video, that's a little tip and trick that we talk to our clients about that's most people are scared to do. And then secondly, more of an advanced use of the platform would be to schedule events. So LinkedIn allows any user to schedule an event. So let's say that you are a coach, you're an entrepreneur, you're hosting a workshop. Why not host that event through LinkedIn as an event? You can send them to YouTube, you could send them to a Zoom link, whatever you wanted to deliver the information. But why not open it up and invite people within your network to attend the event and encourage them to invite their network as well? So that's something that users are the heavy users are starting to use more of, but I'm starting to see some people who are, new to the platform or, maybe are in social media or in some type of coaching creating events and having a few hundred people sign up for these events. It's an untapped market of professionals who are devouring information because they truly want the help.
Amazing. Thank you for those beautiful tips. And we know everyone wants success, and especially success on LinkedIn. So tell us, if they enjoyed your tips, where can they find more?
Absolutely. So a couple of ways, my Trevor and myself, Trevor's my business partner, are happy to connect with you on LinkedIn. I'm Celeste Berke, Berke on LinkedIn. I know you were referencing our perfect profile checklist, and that is a free resource. We're believers of sharing information to users. LinkedIn is crossing almost 1 billion professional users on the platform with a median average income of $75,000. So it's a professional playground. So we have an audit checklist that you were referencing that anybody can download. It's called perfectprofilechecklist.com. And it goes through a 56-point profile audit and assessment of your profile so that you feel like you have set yourself up as an expert and as an authority and can go ahead and get started.
Thank you. And as an entrepreneur, I don't know if you consider yourself as an entrepreneur.
Definitely. I'm a corporate. I left corporate America after 19 years and now joined the ranks of being an entrepreneur. Absolutely.
So what is your favorite quote that you go by?
So I talk about this all the time with my father because I often, like many entrepreneurs, get stuck in my head and then overwhelmed with everything I want to do. And then you find yourself not making any progress. So a Chinese proverb that I love is a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And I try to channel that on a daily basis when I'm feeling overwhelmed or that there's a lot to do. How do I break it down so that I can accomplish one thing and accomplish one thing, accomplish another. So it's really, take the first step, the second step, the third step. And it rings true. My husband is an Ironman athlete and in training all the time. And we have this mentality of, we take the first step and then the next step and the next. So I share that with others as well. We don't have to do the 1,000 miles. We start with a single step.
I absolutely love this proverb as well. Baby steps.
Right. And I have a 2-year-old, so definitely baby steps.
Thank you so much for being on the show again, Celeste.
Absolutely. It was such a pleasure. And I've enjoyed listening to some of your guests who have gone before me. And I think that you have a great niche and really focusing on women and the strengths that we bring. It's refreshing.
Thank you. To all the beautiful souls listening, thank you for joining me on this episode of The Lucy Liu Show. When I'm not podcasting, I am coaching high-achieving women in life transitions, getting unstuck, kissing overwhelm goodbye, and living a more joyful and fulfilled life through strategic goal setting and mindset transformation. It would mean the world to me if you subscribe, rate, or share this with a friend. And don't forget to join me for the next episode. Remember, there is always a way and more blessings are coming your way. For free resources and show notes, head over to lucylucoaching.com.